everybody's divorced. I was like, this whole thing is a sham. This whole marriage
Mm-hmm.
thing is a con.
Mm-hmm.
And which led me to ask everybody who'd been married for more than 10 years what the
Mm-hmm.
secret was.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing I discovered was that there is no answer. It's completely unique to every individual's
Mm-hmm.
union.
Mm-hmm.
Although I did get great answers from people like, I don't know which ones you read, but there was like, okay, Mrs. Biden, for example.
Mm-hmm.
She winked at me and said independence, which I thought was so American and also
Yeah. Yeah.
and then other people have said like some Spanish couple when they came to my gallery, my exhibition, that she said you have to kiss with tongue every day. And,
Wow.
yeah, and then her husband said, "It's true, it's true." And then he said, "But I have an even better one." And I was like, "Okay." And he goes, "The man should always have the last two words in every argument." And I was like, "Ooh, this is going to get ugly." And I was looking at the wife, and she was smiling. And he goes, "The last two words are yes, dear."
Oh, okay. That's good. That's, I was like, this is not going to end
This is
well.
not going to go well. Okay, we can cut this. No, but anyway, so with love, it became with my wife. I remember when I did get married, and as I said, I didn't want to get married to anybody. I didn't believe in it until I met my wife, and then it was like I wanted the white wedding, I wanted the Pope blessing our ceremony, I wanted to be in the Vatican. And when I got married, I remember coming back to work, saying, "Hey, I got married," and somebody said to me, "Oh, well, listen, congratulations. I mean, you're going to be unfaithful, but congratulations, enjoy it." And I was like, "What? What are you talking about?" And she goes, "Well, look, you're kind of cute, you're successful, and you're straight. You know models and da 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 da." And I was like, What? That's so pessimistic."
Mm-hmm.
So I immediately went in search of somebody who had succeeded. That's one thing I've always done in my life is look for people who've done what I
Who've
wanted
done it.
to.
Yeah. 100%.
And it was difficult to find a photographer, straight, successful photographer, married with success and success. Eventually found this guy called Michael Thompson, who was like he was doing every campaign, every magazine cover. And me being the impetuous idiot that I am, as soon as I got his name, I was like, emailed him and said, "Hi, my name's Alexi. I just got married. I heard you got a successful marriage. Da, da, da. Can I come and
Yeah.
see you?" And he said, "Yeah, I'm back in a month." Now, during that month, I started telling people, I said, "Oh, yeah, I just emailed this guy." And they were like, "Alexi, you idiot. You can't email another photographer and ask them about their marriage. I mean, that's so stupid. He's going to think you're an idiot." And so I started to doubt myself.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, I went to see him. He brought me into his office. So nice, big smile on his face. And he said, "Alexi, the fact that you're here talking to me about this shows me you're going to be okay." And he said, "You know what? It's difficult. Being a freelancer, you never know if your next job is your last job. So that means you take any job that comes to you. So it's like, okay, you're going to go to Japan for a week to shoot this. And then you think, okay, well, I've been away for a week, so I'm definitely going to take some time with my wife when I get home."
Mm-hmm.
But on the trip home, your agent calls you and said, "Hey, listen, biggest money job of your life in Canada in a day's time." And you're like, I should take that money. So it's this constant like balance and push and pull, which goes back to my future hindsight thing. It's like you just, as soon as you put that question into the mix, it just gives you the answer straight away.
It centers you.
Yeah. And and he said, you got to prioritize your love and put it on a pedestal. And the way I described it to people who ask me about it is like, you got to treat love like a baby. When you get a baby, you don't get, you kind of go, "Oh my God, look, I've got a baby. It's so cool." But then you don't go put it in a corner and just leave it there and just trust that it's going to survive. It's going to die. So you have to constantly feed it. You've got to feed it and nurture it and encourage it and reward it, to build it.